Okay, people, I wanted to show you the triangle method, which I use, okay, and I use 3 different indicators when I use this, okay. So the first indicator which I use is Fibonacci Retracement, which you can see, which I'm going to put on here. And what I do is I draw these up so you can actually see how this works. So what we're going to do is I'm going to close this one down, and then I will get another XAU USD. Hold on to here and bring this up. Do that again. Like so, okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up as if you was about to manually trade. I'm going to show you some information. So if we're looking at this actual chart, the first thing you want to do is you want to click on this button here, which shift end of chart from right border. This is just going to make it a little bit easy for you to chart your actual symbol, okay. And then what you want to do is if you go up to tools, let me find it. It's always hard to find, believe it or not. Insert, there we go. Fibonacci Retracement. And then what you want to do is you want to put your crosshair just above this point here. Hold on to it. And then drag that down like so. Okay. And you want to go from the top to the bottom. And then let go. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you points of interest of when you're going into the market and out of the market. Now, if you have a good eye, you can pretty much see that there's a triangle effect going on here, right? So you can see it, right? So I'm going to show you this anyway, but the first 2 things I'm going to show you is confirmation of trend, okay? Now, the idea of confirmation of trend is going to give us an idea of which way the market's running. Remember, this is in the holiday season, so there's a very good chance that spikes can occur, and also you're going to be charged higher spreads than what you're used to. For argument's sake, if we go to my account history, when I use this method today, okay, let's move this up a minute. You'll see that my spread here, my swap fee was $426.52, okay. However, I did make 3,067 with that trade, okay. So I've made around about 2.5 grand with that trade. So if you've been following me, I had a zombie account, which was my account 2, MT4 account. It's a Darwinix account, and it was in around about 75k profit. We're now into 81,206, okay. So you'll see that I've managed to put this up today by 6 grand, because, you know, I just wanted to show you, 1, that I can do it, 2, that you can do it if you follow what I show you, okay, in the manual trading. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've added the fib. This is the Fibonacci. The idea of Fibonacci is this finds known support and resistance lines, okay, which is also known to the trader. All right, this is something to watch out for, because if you've got a broker, the broker could manipulate these points so you don't always win when they hit this point, okay. I'm not saying it goes on, but it's just something to watch out for. So if we go to 4 hourly chart, you can see that my fib is here, okay, and it's still showing me exactly where the known points of resistance will go in. Now, I like to work on a 4-hour chart because it's less risky, okay. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to go to insert. We're going to come down, right, to indicators, and then we're going to move to trend, and then we're going to move across to moving average. Okay, now the idea with the moving average is that we want to use a 50 moving average to see if the candles, all right, or the indicator, these points, okay, if the candle is above or below the 50-point line. This is going to tell us if we're in a bearish market or if we're in a bullish market, okay. Remember, using this strategy that I'm showing you. So we're going to click on this, okay, and you'll see that the actual candles, okay, are pretty much in between, right? And this is the 50 moving average. Now, obviously, when you move this down into a different timeline, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, you're going to get a completely different picture, all right? And also, a lot of traders will wait until they get some point like this where these candles are well away from this, right? And it's lifting up. This is a great scalping technique to go for a buy, because it's going to keep going up, going up, going up. And then when it comes back down to this point, right, this is when you can go again, because it's not touching this line. When it touches this line, this is when you don't want to scalp. All right, so this is another formula that you can use. Okay, but I don't want to confuse you. What we're showing is I'm showing you how to set this up with a Fibonacci retracement, which is here, and also we're going to set it up with a 50 moving average. And the idea is that if most of the candles are underneath the 50 moving average, this normally means we're in a bearish market. If most of the candles are above the 50 moving average, this means we're in a bullish market. So you can see that we're in between, right? Now you might be thinking, why on earth, Darren, did you take this trade, right? Why did you take a 6k trade when you're telling us all not to trade Christmas and everything else? Well, I told you it's my zombie account, all right? And I just saw a point where I could get into the market, and that's the very reason why I did it, right? I'm going to show you so you get an idea, all right? But if we close this down, it gives you a good indication. This looks like our triangle effect here, okay? And also, when you look at a daily, you're seeing that this is coming down, okay? So this normally means that this is turning into a bearish point. Now, what you normally find is before it goes bearish, okay, it's going to go bull, okay, then it's going to have a pullback, and then it's going to go bearish again, right? Could be something like this, where you've got your bear, it's gone to bull, now you've got a pullback. Now it could break this line and come down, okay, or it could break this line here and go up. You think, well, where is this line? I'm going to show you very shortly. So I said to you before, I use 3 indicators, all right? So Fibonacci retracement is the first indicator. The 50 moving average is the second indicator. Now we're going to use another, okay, trend indicator, which is a moving average simple again, okay, but we're going to use 200 MA, okay, which is moving average. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to insert, we're going to go to indicator, we're going to move over to trend, we're going to move to moving average, we're going to click on here, we're going to change this to 200, and we're going to change the color, otherwise it's going to complicate things, and we're going to use just this. Let's use the purple, okay? We're going to use this one here and now here, okay. Now you can see, okay, that this clearly is showing you that this was in the trend, okay? Trend of bull going up. It sort of evened itself out here in December, and now it's starting to come back down again, okay? Which you would expect coming into Christmas, okay? Because the markets are closing and everything else. There's not as much liquidity as there was. Bitcoin went rife at this point, but you can see that, you know, Bitcoin is also calming itself down, if you like, and it's just a matter of time. The altcoins will start to pick up. If you're into crypto, the altcoins will start to pick up as Bitcoin starts to fall in price, okay? It's just how it works. So what we've got here at the moment, okay, is we've got a 200 moving average, which shows you that now clearly that this is a bullish momentum, okay? Now the next thing which we need to do is we need to pop in angles, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to literally just use this one here, which is a draw trend line, and what we do is we just literally put it as if you're in an angle, so hold it about there, and then you just want to, let's do that again, just hold on to it and draw it like so, okay? And then if you double click on this line, it then allows you to move it in and out like that. So we're going to put it roughly around about there, and then we're just going to open this one up here, and we're going to just put it so it's now on the end of this candle, and it's going to be, when I finished, roughly something like that, okay? So that's our first part of our candle, okay? A triangle. Right, now we're going to do another one, and all you do is push that button again, and you want to roughly push the button. Let's do it again. It's only one filming, it does this all the time, and we're just going to do something like this, and then if we double click on this, move this up like so, and then we can move this one down like so. Okay, now we can move this one out to about there, then move this one in, so end to end, okay? So what you've got is you've got a recoil going on here, okay? if we bring this in a bit, you'll see that, let's put it on candle, because it's not going to make much difference what you're doing, but you can pretty much see that it's bouncing in between this triangle effect. Okay, now the last triangle effect I showed you, which is here, here we go. You'll see that I was pretty much bang on what I was talking about. Okay, this is a 4-hour XAU USD. This is pretty much the same setup, to be fair, apart from now it's here and the triangle effect has moved to here. Okay, but you can see that it's bounced, it's coiling, it's recoiling, it's had a breakout, and then this breakout is a good time when you can get into the market. And this is how I made 6k by doing this with this last trade that I've just set up. Okay, so you'll see that what happened is that where it's bouncing around, okay, I got into the market of around about 2612, okay, and then I got out of the market at 2620, okay, which is here. So if we put a line, if I show you 2620 is roughly about here, okay, which is this candle here, right? And then if I show you another one, which is when I got into the market, which is round about here, okay, you'll notice that there's a pattern that's already formed here, right? A lot of people now that are actually inside my academy will see exactly what I'm showing you. So 2612, okay, it's bounced off here, right? You've got support here. This has gone up, come down, it's broke through the support, it's hovered, it's bounced off here again, okay. It's bounced off here, so it's bounced off here, it's bounced off here, it's bounced off here. It's never exact, but it gives you a good indication of where the market's going to go. Look at this long candle, right? This candle's respected, because what's happened is this trade, right, has gone up. It's broke through my 2620, okay. It's touched on to the 50 moving average. It hasn't broke through the 50 moving average because it's a bearish. And then it's come back down, and what's happened is where it's hit the 2620 and then some, this is what's closed my trade. And you'll see that this closed at 2620. If we look, 2620, 2620, okay, so this is where I made my profit. And when I got into the market, I got into the market at 2614, 2615, okay. Because of it, I did pay a high swap fee of $426, but I made $3,067, okay, using this triangle effect, okay, because what it means now is if we watch this candle, all right, and this candle breaks through this line, okay, which we've created, remember this is using my triangle method, then there's a good chance that this is going to go down in the bearish momentum. If it did that, I wouldn't do a bearish trade. I would actually go for a bull trade. I would wait until it comes back up. I would wait until this bounces in and out of this point, okay, and then when it breaks out going up, I would then check my 20-minute or 15-minute window, and I would check to see if it's broke a Fibonacci retracement, which is a known support and resistance line, and then I would place a trade. Now, I would normally do this after the holiday season, but because, you know, I've said to you that I want to get this account up a little bit, I just thought I've got a bit of time. I was going shopping, but I thought before I go shopping, I'll see if I can build this account up. So I've just grown 6k in a couple of hours, okay. And now we're at 81, so you can see my profit now is 8,899, okay. So if I go back to my trade, you'll see that we're 81,206. Remember, this was at 75k, this account, in a few hours ago, so we're already up by 6k. And I just thought I've just got a chance to boost this. Same as if this point comes down here, say it bounces around like it's done this, it's come down, it's gone back up, it's come down, it's gone back up. If it comes down again and hits this 2610, I would probably take a buy trade, because I'd be pretty much guaranteeing myself, okay, remember that I'm in a drawdown proof account that I'm using anyway. It's not going to blow my account up if I go more than 10%. I could sit there until after Christmas. Okay, and if this falls down here, it's going to bring this down to about 71, 77, somewhere around that sort of mark. Okay, but then if it goes back up, I would just put another 2620. Okay, and then once it hits my 2620, it's already respected this line here. Okay, it's already broke through this support line here, right? So there's a good chance that this may return back to this point. Okay, and if it does this, then I would be able to make another probably 3 or 4k on to my account, and this is going to bring me up to 84 to 86k, and then I'm only about 14k away from getting another 100k. Once I get 100k, it's going to activate my allocation, and then I'm going to be into the profit system where I'm going to start to get my performance fees. Okay, because at the moment, as I did tell you, this is my zombie account, right? I do all sorts with this, right? I've got loads of all sorts of bots running in here, you know, and sometimes they do, some bots work well, some bots don't. Okay, that's why I would then put them into a set file, test them, make sure they're working before I release them to you, so I know that they are going to work. And you can see as we're speaking, this line here, you see it's just almost, it's gone into a bit of reconsolidation. It's just going backwards forwards. If we look at a 5-minute window, you'll see that we've got, it's pulled down here, it's come back up. Okay, 50-minute window, you can see that it's going back up. Now remember, it's really, really risky anyway to trade when there is a holiday season, so I would highly suggest you don't do it. However, if you're a little bit more experienced and you know what you're doing, you can see here this for a point where it's opened up, it's come down, it's hit this line. Okay, so this has created a support. This is a support line, so if this revisits this support line and it goes back up, I could then probably make another 5 or 6k. Okay, and then I'll be able to boost up my account again. So that's my main objective at the moment, is to see if I can get this up to 100k within the next couple of weeks. So you know, we'll see how we go with that. Depends what time I've got. So I'm in the middle of moving as well, so I've got lots and lots of things on my plate at the moment, and then obviously just keep an eye on the actual moving average. Remember, the pink moving average is 200, and the gold moving average is the 50. Okay, and normally what you find, if the candle opens above the 50, this is when you're in a bull momentum like we had here. This was bull. Okay, and this is normally when it will start going up. I use a completely different strategy and method with my own trading strategy, which is with inside this account here, right? I have a completely different strategy. Loads of people think, God almighty, Darren, it's so complicated. How on earth do you earn money with it? Well, I've made 354,993 in this account, so you know, I don't seem to be doing a bad job. And you can see that these are profits. My last profit was on the 9th of December. I haven't done any trading since then, okay, because I've decided I wanted to close this down, leave it closed down. I don't want to take any risks, if you like, okay, because I've got an allocation that's coming to me around about 1,139 quid, and then this one, I need to start boosting this one up, but this one is bot only. I just decided to release this as a bot only, so if people don't want to do the manual trading, I want to show you that you can grow account just by using bots only. And if we look at the history, you can see that these are all coming into profit. 521, 530, 531, 545, 545, 761. And these are using that's a USD CAD bot, that's energized. EURCHF is the scalper. NZD CAD is the scalper. USD CHF you know, is the scalper. So you know, this is a gold scalper as well, okay, which is chugging away quite nicely. Okay, they seem to be working quite nicely. But going back to this, you can see that I'm just keeping an eye on this. So if we go to a 4-hour window, you now see that we're bouncing quite nicely in here. And if we have a look at the last chart, which I did, okay, if I can find it, it's this one here. The only difference, I changed the color of the candles, which you can do, just right mouse click, properties, change your color scheme, which is right here. Okay, you can change everything, what you don't want to see, what you don't want to see. See if you didn't want to see this, you can get rid of that as well and just hit OK. and you know you've got it all on running. But you can see that my candle, which is bounced, went by the highest candle here, went by the highest candle here, highest candle here, 3 points. Okay, that's what you're relying on, 3 points or more to give you a certain idea of where the candles might go to. Same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, so it's over the 3, which is again showing you support, 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 break through the support, and now it's going back up. Okay, if it breaks through this, then there's a good chance you could put a trade in here. Again, I'm not going to trade until I get down to around about 2,610, I think is what I would probably be happy to try a trade with. But I'm probably not bothering to trade anymore anyway at the moment, because you know I was pretty lucky getting into that trade which I just did. Doesn't mean I'm going to be lucky if I do another trade. Remember, it's not always luck, it's a little bit of skill as well, which I'm showing you a certain method, and I'm not being overruled by emotion. So that's it. Just wanted to show you that, just give you an idea of how I do that. So this is a triangle method that I do, okay, using just 3 indicators: fib, moving average 200, moving average 50, and then I just place these points, okay, which is trend lines, just down, just to give us an idea in direction of where the candles are stopping and starting. We're using known support and resistant lines. So that's it. All the very best to my next video. Thank you. Bye now.